So being the safe business is very good. Like the client I was talking about, where we're making $3,100 in only 4 days, which is about $800 a day for land clearing and their other services. That's great. But when we started, we were ranking number one for about 3 to 4 different services. That brought in no money. And the first thing that we had the biggest mistake on was ranking for junk removal, because they were mainly a junk removal company, and they were getting destroyed by these giant conglomerate companies who were dominating the maps. They have about 10 different business setups in all these different states. I think they had like 460 locations or something for junk removal. So if you're competing against people like that, just stop it. That's not what you want to do. It's all cool. It's plenty of things to rank for. So what I actually did was I suggested we switch for a higher paying service that they offer that's not as common. So junk removal is a lot cheaper, and what we switched to is land clearing, which is just the people who go flatten the land, take out the bushes, knock down all the trees for like construction site guys, and they do site prep and things like that. And once we did that, literally within about 11 days, 11, 12 days of the change, Google finally caught up. They ranked the pages and all that. And that's when they started making their first $3,100 from Google. Was extremely fast, extremely simple. And they actually landed 2 jobs in the same day. As soon as their website and their Google profile updated, they landed 2 jobs in the same day. So just make sure that you're ranking for the right things, and don't just try and rank for whatever you do. Look at everything that you do and say, okay, what can I win in? What's my best category that I don't see a lot of competition around me for, or that I know the people competing in these areas don't focus on the Google like I'm going to focus on it. And if you do that, you can win. It's so easy to make thousands doing this. It's truly ridiculous. Now, once you get the right service and you do find out what you're ranking for and what's actually bringing in the money, you're going to want to make sure that you're getting good leads. And the thing about Google is you don't have to do anything for the good leads. Most people that find you from Google will genuinely be good leads. Except for, you'll have some people who try to call you to scam, some people who try to call you to sell you all these different types of things. But majority of your actual customers that are hitting up those people in the top three because their phone's blowing up off the hook, majority of those customers are ready to purchase, ready to buy people. People normally don't price shop with the first 3 people on Google. They like to search more because they already know if I'm clicking the number one ranked guy on Google, he's going to charge me whatever he wants, whether it's worth it or not. If it's an emergency plumbing service, he's going to text me the mess out. If it's anything, you're going to make your own prices. So they're going to push a lot of those bad buyers away. That's another reason why you want to be in that top 3 spots. It's going to make it so easy for you to just get good lead after good lead after sale. One bad lead, then a good lead, then a good lead, then a good lead. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. And it never stops. It literally never stops. And that's the great thing about it. So just like I was saying, those people know, hey, we're not going to hit up the first person on Google, the guy with 200, the guy with 50, 75 Google reviews, all 5 stars, who's ranked number one in all the different cities. They're not going to hit that person up because of the price. And on your end, what that actually means is you can price for whatever you want. It truly does not matter. It really doesn't. If you're number one on Google anywhere, you can make up your own prices. You can say it's whatever you want. You can charge whatever you want. Who cares? Who knows? You're the safest guy. You're the number one. You're the go-to guy. It's like if you were the only person who could own a restaurant. You were the only 5-star restaurant in town. You could charge whatever you want for this 5-star restaurant if you're the only one. So if there's only one number one guy in every city, there's only one number one guy in every city on Google. One. Each one has their own, maybe multiple, but it's only one person who can be number one. And if that's you, you can charge whatever you want. So your profit margins are literally endless. Now, you get too crazy, then that's on you. But you can just throw numbers at people, and normally they just say yeah. They just say yeah. It's like, oh yeah, it's cost $3,000. Normally it costs $2,500, but he has 340 Google reviews and he's number one, and no one else is better than him apparently. So yeah, just do it. Seems like the safer option. If I choose them, I know it'll get done right. There's nothing shady about it. Google brought them to me. Be that guy. Make your money. Get rich fast. Simple as that. Now, with that being, so now that you know that you can pretty much price for whatever you want as long as you're winning and you're not, too crazy outside of the market. Another great thing about that is you don't have to worry about your referrals as much because I know there's some businesses out there, whether you're brick and mortar or you're a small family business. We love small family businesses, definitely. But relying on referrals too much can definitely hurt a business. A bunch of my past clients that I started with were mostly relying on referrals, and they're just not consistent enough. You can't control a referral. You can't control how serious someone's friend is. But with your Google, it will bring you leads itself. So you don't have to worry about referrals. So just imagine waking up, like your future self, waking up in the morning and you have 4 forms filled out on your website. Versus if you don't take any action towards your Google and you don't do anything towards making yourself show up where people are looking for you with their money out, money in hand, ready to pay somebody, you're not showing up there and you're just saying, hey, I hope that guy from, 2 months ago comes with me for maintenance. Or, if you're a mobile detailer, you're like, hey, I hope this guy comes back and I hope he brings his mom or I hope he brings his sister or his friend. You don't want to do that. You just want to take the low hanging fruit, which is the easiest, most consistent way without you having to touch it every single day. And referrals is not the way to go. It is not the way to go. I've never seen a business run strictly off of referrals and only referrals, unless you're like a realtor or something. Like I've heard of realtors who do very good referrals, in state, out of state, giving them, getting them. That's decent, but 90% of people aren't realtors, and 90% of realtors also aren't the ones making the sales. So this is a very specific people who can make that work. And for 99.999% of businesses, that's not the case. So if you're running your business off of referrals, I suggest you stop that immediately and go for the better option, because it's not actually a downgrade. You'll actually be getting more consistent, higher leads on a longer time frame without paying for ads. That's where you want to be at. But let's say, just for example, you are a business who is surviving right now off of referrals. You have a decent amount of people who, talk to you, or maybe you have jobs that go on for days and weeks at a time. If you're doing that, you're still hurting yourself and shooting yourself in the foot. And I'll explain. That's because there's still someone on Google who is getting all these people on Google ready to buy. When someone's looking up landscaper near me, if you're a really good landscaper by like your neighborhood in your area and people know you and they're referring you to like neighbors, that's cool. But that guy online is still gonna make way more money than you, and he's also gonna charge way more money than you, and it's also gonna happen on a longer time frame than you. There's only so many referrals you can get from a social group or a select friend group, but when you're talking about the largest search engine in the world used by billions of people every single day, you not being there makes zero sense. It literally makes zero sense when you think about it. That's like if you own a restaurant and someone asks, do you want to be in Miami, Florida, or, do you want to be in Istanbul? It's like, yeah, I'll choose like Miami, Florida, where it's extremely busy, very condensed population, and everybody's going to see me where I'm at, rather than be like in Uzbekistan. No hate to Uzbekistan, but we're trying to make money here, so we're going with the popular ones, right? But don't do that to yourself. It's literally just stupid. It makes no sense. If you want to do one, do the other also. You can get referrals and be online, but just strictly being online, not getting referrals is dumb, and just strictly getting referrals and not being online is literally even stupider. So let's not be stupid. Let's not do that. Also, it's pretty interesting. I've noticed with people I have worked with and people I've just been on actual, sales calls with. A lot of times they want to win, but it's not necessarily that they want to just win. They normally have one or two people that are ranked somewhere above them, maybe more, but it's always one or two people ranked above them that they really just want to see lose. Like I've heard people ask me, hey, can you get this person's account deleted? If when we start posting, will this person get banned? Like, can we shadow ban them off of Google anyway? Hey, I just opened up here and these people are crushing me. We have a similar name. Is there any way we can literally get their account and just void it from the whole platform to where they can't create another one for their business? And you can't do any of those things without yourself getting banned. Like if you try to do some fraudulent behavior, Google's just gonna ban you immediately. But what we can do is get you to dominate not only your city, but the surrounding cities. So for example, I have a personal trainer who I'm about to start working with right now. I'm finishing up her website today. And what we're actually gonna be doing is she's gonna be ranking #1 for personal trainers in Illinois. I'm not gonna say a specific city because everybody knows what it is, but it's gonna be in Illinois. And the competition out there is so weak and so spread out that we're gonna actually dominate her city, and we're gonna dominate about 4 to 5 other cities near her. So in this entire region of Illinois, even though it's not as high income as some other areas, she's gonna have this entire pool of people to herself. And the only person she's gonna compete with is local gyms. But with her results and what she does and how we're positioning her with her marketing, how her social media is already popping up on the top of Google, it's going to be that much easier to literally just dominate the competition because a gym does not have a personal or relatable feeling to people. So if you're wanting to beat anybody or be the best anywhere, you can do it in nearby cities, but you can't be in Miami, for example, also trying to rank for #1 in Atlanta, Georgia. Google's not stupid. It makes no sense. If you own a taco truck, you can't rank for an entire another city because if it says, hey, this is a local thing we're doing, you have to be local. So a few cities over in all directions, perfectly fine. If you start jumping cities and all this, but you only have one location, that won't work. You need multiple locations. You need to be in the area, somewhere in a radius of where you're trying to rank for, and you can literally branch out all directions and destroy them also. So that's something you can do. It's not just if you're in Greenville, South Carolina, you rank for Greenville, South Carolina. If you're in Greenville, South Carolina, you can rank for Spartanburg, you can rank for Malden, you can rank for Simpsonville, you can rank for Fountain Inn, and these are all giant cities, but you're still close enough to rank for all of them pretty significantly. And I guarantee you it won't be that hard. And the last reason is really so And the last reason I know it won't be that hard is because every time I start drawing up these plans of seeing where we're going to do the marketing at, where we're going to target, where we want to rank at, what keywords, I notice everybody sucks at organic ranking. They're like, okay, take a look at this Google thing. Don't know what the SEO is. I don't know anything about H1s or H2s or meta tags, or I don't know anything about any of this. GBP profile, they just have a number, a business name. You will be lucky if you see an address or a website. It's usually never an address or it's never a website in there. Or they only have 2 services when they're really offer 36. But what people do is they suck so terribly at this. They're so trash at this. They just pay for Google ads. And that does not mean if you pay for Google ads, you instantly suck at this. But what I'm noticing is people just skip this step and pay for Google ads automatically. Like, I don't know how to get to the top. I don't know how to do anything. I don't want to learn how to do anything. I'm intimidated by the whole system and how the screen looks like rocket science and the trigonometry. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Google Ads, $1,400 a month, $1,500 a month, $1,200 a month, whatever it is. You can do that, but if you do organic rankings along with Google Ads, you're going to destroy the competition in two places. You're going to pop up before the organic searches because you're Google Ads, and then people like me, I just skip past the sponsored searches because I know they paid to be there, and a lot of people do this because you don't look as credible when you do Google Ads. You look fast, and then if you have like really nice website and things, that's cool. But people like me, we just skip straight past the sponsor and go to the actual organic rankings. So if you're in the Google Ad spot, you're number one. And then if they scroll past it and go to the regular rankings, you're also number one there. And if you're number one in both of those spots, you'll also pop up on other pages. So you'll be number one on both spots on the first page, and you might actually pop up on the second page and the third page and the fourth page and in this city and in that city. So if you're not doing that organically and you're skipping straight into Google Ads, you're still leaving money on the table. And I know you're thinking, I thought I was leaving money on the table when I didn't do Google, but it is still more to Google you can do. But this right now is just going to wrap up why you need to be, ranking higher on Google, and exactly why ranking higher on Google changes everything from your business compared to how much you charge, where you're at, how many people see you, and how fast they see you, and how many times you can make money in the area every month, every day, every week even. It's so important, so underlooked. Hope this landed on, well ears, and you understand how important this is. So if this is something that you've been looking into or that you didn't know was so important until you saw this, make sure I just want to point back to the board.
So shit. I don't know how I did that.
But if this is something you're just not realizing is as important as it is, or you're a newer business starting out, or you're an older business doing good who wants to do even better, I'm talking it's no cap whether you're doing $1 million in sales a year, whether you're doing 100,000 a month, or you're doing 10,000 a month, 3,000 a month, 5,000 a month. If this is something that you definitely see like, hey, I can use this for my business, because every business that sells anything can use this. As long as you accept money as payment or crypto or any type of currency, you can use Google to make you more money. So if that's something you want to do and you want to say, hey, how can I get my business on top of Google? How can I beat this person down the street? How can I be the best tire shop in my city? What I'm going to do is in the comments down below, you can find my Instagram, and I want you to shoot me a DM there, or you can click on my YouTube channel and I'll have my link tree in the description and in the bio. And until then, I'll see you guys next time.